Today we're going to read a story about animals in winter. And I have two vocabulary words that I want you to listen for in the story. The first one is cozy. If something is cozy, it is warm, comfortable, and snug. So when Kaylee snuggles up with her blanket, that blanket is cozy. The second word is clear. When the sky is clear, it is bright and not cloudy. Now, we have not had a clear sky for quite a while because it's been very rainy and we've had a lot of clouds. All right, when you hear those words, I want you to put your hands on your head. See if you can do it while I'm reading the story. When snow falls and cold winds blow, people stay warm and cozy inside their homes. Did you hear the word cozy? But what happens to animals in the winter? Many animals leave cold places and go to warmer places for the winter. They go where there is plenty of food to eat. This is called migrating. So think of those apple trees. You know how they lose their leaves and there's no fruit? So the animals need to go to another place where it's warmer and they haven't lost their leaves and they still have fruit and seeds and things like that. On a fall day, you might hear loud honking in the sky. You might look up on a clear day to see geese from Canada flying in a V shape. Did you hear the word clear? These geese are migrating south. The V shape helps them migrate longer distances. One bird is the leader and flies at the front. The leader must flap its wings harder than the other geese. The geese take turns being the leader so that none of them will become too tired to fly. A flock of migrating geese can fly as fast as a car on a highway. So that's like 65 miles per hour. That is very fast. All right, on this next card, I want you to listen for these words. Hibernate. When animals hibernate, they spend the winter in a deep sleep. So their bodies they really slow down and they hardly need to eat or anything. So that's the word hibernate. The next word is retreat. When you retreat, you go away from something. Okay, so listen for those words and put your hands on your head when you hear them. It can be hard for animals to find food in the winter. So different animals such as bears, chipmunks, woodchucks, and some bats go into a deep, deep sleep. They don't move or eat. Their breathing and heartbeats become very slow. Their bodies become cold. They are hibernating. These animals won't wake up for several months. In the fall, animals get ready to hibernate. Oh, did you hear the word hibernating? I said it one time before and I just said it again. Hibernate. They eat and eat and eat until they add a thick layer of fat to their bodies. All winter long, they will live on this stored fat inside their bodies. When the animals have stored enough fat, they choose a warm, safe place to hibernate. When the weather gets cold, they retreat into spaces between rocks, into underground burrows, or into caves. Did you hear the word retreats? Some bats hibernate, there's the word hibernate again, together in groups inside caves. They may hang upside down in clusters of more than 100 bats. Huddling together helps to keep the whole group of bats, sleeping bats, warm. So how many of you like bats? Bats are kind of scary to me, but some people really like them. They kind of have a leathery skin on their bodies, and they are mammals. They have fur also. Okay, on the next card, there are no vocabulary words, so you just get to listen. Some animals, such as beavers, some birds, and squirrels, do not have to migrate or hibernate. Now, there's the word from the other page, hibernate. These animals have planned ahead. They have collected food in the warm months and put it away for the cold days when food is scarce. Where do they store their food? In their homes, under leaves and in holes in the ground. To get ready for winter, squirrels gather acorns, nuts, and seeds. In the fall, they bury the food in the ground, one acorn or nut in each hole. Then, when winter comes, the squirrels dig up the food. What do you think happens to the acorns and seeds that the animals have planted if they don't remember to dig them up and eat them? What do you think happens to the extra ones? We're going to talk about that in our next unit. Okay, on this final card, I have one more vocabulary word for you, and it is experience. When you experience something, you do, see, or are a part of something. So remember to put your hands up when you hear the word experience, or your hands on your head, actually. Animals that do not migrate, hibernate, there's one, or store food experience winter in a different way. Did you put your hands on your head for experience? Animals such as rabbits, some mice, and deer stay busy throughout the winter. These animals must hunt for food all winter long. Rabbits look under the snow for pieces of dried plant and grass. Some mice sneak into a farmer's barn to get a little nibble of corn or wheat. Deer use their hooves to dig in the snow for bits of leaves and grass. When the snow is deep, they must eat twigs and the bark of trees. All animals have ways to get through the winter until spring comes once again. And I do have to tell you that spring is coming. It's going to be right around March 20th. I'll have to look it up. Sometimes it's March 21st or 22nd, but right around that time of the year. So we are almost ready to change from winter into spring.